Hello, everyone. This is going to be a quick screencast on providing resources to students. There's lots of ways to provide resources. You can use lots of different, um, I would say, sites out there or apps, things like a ThingLink, etc. But really, the easiest way for us to share resources with our students is to use our LMS, which is Schoology. And within Schoology, you can provide the students really everything that they need. And there's two basic ways to provide resources. When you're providing resources, the thing that you really need to keep in mind is what is going to be an easy resource for the students to use if I'm not providing support around that resource? How am I going to organize the resources for my students so that they'll know what they are and they'll know how to use them? And secondly, is there a cost involved or what is my purpose in using this? So, I'm not saying that providing them with a file or a packet is a bad idea. However, if we do not return to school soon, how many students have the ability to print a packet at home? A lot of them do not have that ability. So, providing a packet is a great temporary, you know, idea, but it's not something that's good long term. So there are two ways to link resources in. We're going to just use a course that's being created currently during the corona epidemic. So if you go in to, let's you go into a folder. Really, there's a couple ways. You can add materials by just linking or adding a file, which is really the easiest way. If I want to add a file, which is like a PDF or a Word doc or something from my Google Drive, like a Google Doc, I can do that very easily. I can find the file. Let's go here, document. I don't want to do that. Let's go here. Let's pick a document, math, and I can link something this way. When it pops up, I can add it, and there's my resource. Or I can add a link. Say I want to do a math resource for my students. And let's say this was the resource. I would get the link. And instead of uploading a file, I would upload a link. I would title it and add the link. If you're adding resources by just links and files, what you want to really keep in mind is how you're going to organize that. Notice that I can add, 20 and 30 resources, but then there's just a bunch of stuff there. So the best way to do that is to add a folder first, label your folder for addition, let's just say it was, and then I can just click and drag the resources that I add into a foldering system for the students. This is going to be a little bit easier for them using folders and labeling things correctly rather than just a massive list of resources. The second way that you can add resources is that you can create a choice board. So I do have an example of a choice board here for you. A choice board is just another way to organize, and I can add my titles at the top. So go out. Here's the course. The great thing about a choice board is that I can put as many resources as I want or as few as I want for the students. Let's go to this choice board. Here's a great choice board on some explorers. I can title my choice board here, and then I can link everything in that I want the students to have access to. I can also add some simple images that go with whatever the title of the choice board is. This happens to be about Pizarro, so I want to give the students information about Pizarro. I could create choice boards on addition strategies. I could create them on, reading for main idea. I could create them on something for science, social studies. Really, the sky's the limit with choice boards. And what's nice about a choice board is it's all right there and it's linked in for the students. They don't have to go to outside sources. Notice this choice board here is on the Articles of Confederation. I provided some text. So everything they click here is going to be some written text. Everything in this column will be a video that the students can watch to give them a little background on Articles of Confederation. And here are some primary sources that I've put in there for the students. So really 2 ways to do some simple resource as you're providing resources to students. Again, just keeping in mind the intent behind the resource, how the students are going to access the resource, if it's a packet or a piece of paper, do they have a printer or do they have a way to use that paper resource, how you're going to organize it so that the student understands what the resource is and the intention of the resource. And also being able to understand that our students might need a little bit of direction behind that. So sometimes creating a choice board is a better option because I can provide the titles that I want. And of course, Schoology seems to have shut down. Not a big deal. If you have any questions about providing resources to students in Schoology during this troublesome time, please reach out to me. You can reach out to me through my phone, email. You can reach me on Zoom. We can video chat, Skype, whatever works best for you. And just remember, we're all in this together. Talk to you soon.